Dear students, welcome to my online class. Today's class, the topic is carbides. So this topic belongs to inorganic chemistry in our syllabus. This is the last unit, fifth unit. So first, definition of carbides. What are carbides? Carbides are the binary compounds of carbon with the high electropositive elements, that is metals. Sometimes these carbides formed with some non-metals, silicon and boron. First, what are binary compounds? Binary compound means any two elements form a compound, single compound, then it is called binary compound. For example, carbon monoxide, water, sulfur dioxide, these are the binary compounds formed by two different elements. In this case, carbides, carbon combined with the high electropositive elements, metals, and some high electropositive non-metals, silicon and boron. So these are the definition of carbides. Then the types of carbides, there are four different types depending upon the nature of bonding between carbon and other element attached to carbon. First one is ionic carbide, second one is covalent carbide, third one is interstitial carbide or metallic carbide, fourth one is borderline carbide. So this is the major types, four types. Let us see one by one. Ionic carbides. These ionic carbides formed by metals of first A group, second A group, third A group metals except boron, and these ionic carbides formed by coinage metals, zinc, cadmium and some lanthanides. Example ionic carbides: lithium carbide Li2C2, beryllium carbide, calcium carbide and magnesium carbide, aluminium carbide and silver carbide. So these are some of the examples of ionic carbides. How the ionic carbides prepared? Generally, these ionic carbides prepared by the heating of metal with the carbon. For example, beryllium heated with the carbon gives beryllium carbide. Aluminium heated with the carbon gives aluminium carbide. Another method is metal heated with the carbon monoxide. For example, lithium carbide is obtained by heating lithium metal with the carbon monoxide. Another one method, third method, carbon heated with the metal oxides. For example, calcium carbide is obtained by heating of carbon with the calcium oxide. And aluminium carbide is formed by the heating of carbon with the aluminium oxide. So these three methods are the preparation of ionic carbides. And let us see the properties of ionic carbides. Ionic carbides are colorless crystals and they are non-conductors of electricity. On hydrolysis, these ionic carbides gives hydrocarbons. When hydrolysis with water or dilute acid, ionic carbides give different hydrocarbons. So depending upon the hydrocarbon obtained during the hydrolysis, these ionic carbides are further classified into four types. First type, acetylides. This acetylide gives acetylene on hydrolysis. For example, calcium carbide on hydrolysis gives acetylene, CH triple bond CH. Next one is methanides. These ionic carbides on hydrolysis gives methane. Example, beryllium carbide on hydrolysis with the water gives methane. Third one is allylides. These carbides on hydrolysis gives allene. Magnesium carbide on hydrolysis gives allene. You know that allene having the double bond between three carbons, two double bonds between three carbons. These are the allenes. So when the ionic carbide gives allene on hydrolysis, that ionic carbides are particularly called allylides. Finally, the fourth one is mixed carbides. Some ionic carbides gives a mixture of hydrocarbons on hydrolysis. They gives acetylene and olefins on hydrolysis. Example, thorium carbide and uranium carbide. Next one is covalent carbide. These covalent carbides are formed only by silicon and boron. Silicon carbide and boron carbide. The silicon carbide is also called carborundum. The famous compound carborundum is nothing but silicon carbide. So these two carbides are called covalent carbides. They are prepared by the reducing their oxides. Silicon oxide on reducing with the carbon, we get silicon carbide. Boron oxide on reducing with the carbon, we get boron carbide. What are the properties of covalent carbides? These carbides not attacked by water and acids. They are not undergo hydrolysis. They are not attacked by dilute and concentrated acids. They are extremely hard because they are extremely hard and they are used as drilling components and abrasive materials, and they decompose at a very high temperature. Let us see the silicon carbide, which is called carborundum. This hardness equal to diamond, and this silicon carbide does not decompose even at 2200 degrees Celsius. But this silicon carbide only decomposed by fused sodium hydroxide and oxygen. Here see silicon carbide when react with the sodium hydroxide in presence of oxygen, it converted into sodium carbonate and sodium silicate. So these are the points for the covalent carbides. Next we are going to see the interstitial carbides. These interstitial carbides are formed by transition metals having atomic radii greater than 1.3 Armstrong. Not all the transition metals form interstitial carbides. The transition metals, those having atomic radii 1.3 Armstrong, form interstitial carbides. The titanium, zirconium, hafnium from group 4b, vanadium, nobelium and tantalum from group 5b, molybdenum, tungsten from group 6b forms these interstitial carbides. In these carbides, carbon atoms placed in the cavities or interstices of metallic lattice. So in metals, there are octahedral lattice. In between the octahedral lattice, there are holes. There are cavities are there. So in these cavities, carbon atoms are placed. So the name interstitial carbides. So again, I say that these carbides only formed by the transition metals having atomic radii greater than 1.3 Armstrong. Properties of these interstitial carbides. These carbides, preparation. These carbides prepared by reducing the metal oxides with the carbon at 2000 degrees Celsius in an electric furnace. For example, titanium carbide is prepared by heating titanium oxide with the carbon at 2000 degrees Celsius, and similarly vanadium carbon is prepared by heating vanadium oxide with the carbon at 2000 degrees Celsius. Another method for preparing this interstitial carbide, heating the metals directly with the methane. Molybdenum on heating with the metal gives molybdenum carbide, and hafnium heated with the methane gives hafnium carbide. Then the properties of interstitial carbides. These carbides have very high melting point. For example, tantalum carbide melting point is 3900 degrees Celsius, and the zirconium carbide, the melting point is 3800 degrees Celsius. These carbides are chemically inert. They are extremely hard like diamond. They conduct electricity. So they have high electrical conductivity, and these interstitial carbides are weak paramagnetic in nature. They are only attacked by strong reducing agents at red hot. Finally, borderline carbides. They are formed by transition metals having atomic radii less than 1.3 Armstrong. So what is the difference between interstitial carbide and borderline carbides? Interstitial carbides formed by the transition metals having atomic radii greater than 1.3 Armstrong, but borderline carbides formed by the transition metals having atomic radii less than 1.3 Armstrong. These borderline carbides are the properties are in between ionic carbides and interstitial carbides. The metals iron, manganese, cobalt, nickel and chromium metals form these borderline carbides because these metals having atomic radii less than 1.3 Armstrong. Properties: these borderline carbides relatively less stable. They are on hydrolysis. These borderline carbides liberate a mixture of hydrocarbons and hydrogen. So these are the 4 different types of carbides and their examples, preparation, properties. So I explained. If you have any doubt or clarification, please comment. I will explain your doubts and clarification in future. Thank you, students.